Here at Lourdes, we're guided by 8 simple values. Principles that define who we are and what makes us unique. Beliefs that unite and unify us, no matter what we do or where we do it. They are the backdrop for our thoughts, our actions, and for the very standards of excellence we strive to meet. Our values define how others see us and how we see ourselves, how we treat those we serve, and how we treat each other.
This is a profession that allows us to care for other human beings in their frailty and in their weakness sometime. And is there any higher or more difficult calling than that?
Taking care of people who really in need, and I feel I'm the one that give them comfort and give them care.
When you talk to me, I can feel what it is that you're saying. It makes it easier to deal with the person. I can give more that way because I can empathize with anything that you say.
You know, if you're not compassionate, you cannot look a person as a whole and what they need.
When I see them in the hallways, it makes me want to comfort them. It makes me want to walk with them and show them the way, even if they know where they're going.
And so at Lourdes, what I try to exhibit or put out there for the patients to see is that we really do care. You know, we're not just saying it, that we really do care.
What I think makes Lourdes different compared to other hospitals is there's a spirituality about the place that you don't see in other hospitals.
We often use the term holistic here, but we add the W to beginning. And that often means we're caring for the entire body and the whole person, mind, body, and spirit.
We ask them if they would like somebody from our pastoral or spiritual care to come and visit them. That way so they can set up somebody from whatever their religious denomination is.
And that's one of the things about the Catholic tradition that a lot of people don't know. We want to be inclusive. We want to include everyone.
There's a nice chapel on the first floor here. And one of the things that I do is I come into the chapel before each shift and I say a little prayer for the patient and for the caregivers as well, that we may take care of the patient to the best of our ability. I've never been in a place that has felt more welcoming than this hospital, quite frankly. And I think a part of that is because of the spiritual nature of the place.
First impressions make a big difference to our patients.
And I would like them to sense a sense of hospitality from our staff, from our workers, you know, from us as a unit.
Well, I guess you can say, as part of my job, I'm the welcoming committee.
You absolutely feel like you're the one making the first impression. We're the first ones to see them in the morning. We're the last ones they see from Lourdes in the afternoon.
I'm responsible for making sure that they're at ease, that they're made comfortable when they walk into our waiting room. It's like walking into my home.
How is their stay? Is there anything they need? How's the care that they've had received been? Is there anything we can do to make it better?
Good morning, good afternoon. And that's a sign of respect, and it goes with the values that I try to live with personally.
I love to deal with our participants. I love to do whatever I need to do to help to make the day go better.
I love what I do. It's not the same day. Every day is different. And I like to make a difference in somebody when they come in that door.
If I see someone that looks like they're lost, I'll say, "Excuse me, is there something I can help you with?" And the joy of it is when they turn around and smile at me and say, "Thank you so much, I really appreciate that."
I could say that I have integrity, but someone has to see that in action.
I think that's probably one of the other core things that I see at Lourdes Health System, is that everyone does things on an ethical basis.
People got to be, you got to have honor and integrity. People got to be able to trust you.
If you're not having that integrity, then what's the purpose of doing the job if you're not going to do it right?
Just hoping that we are open and honest with each other and that we can count on each other for work.
Doing the right thing even when it's hard.
It is contagious, I think, and people will catch on, and it creates an environment of integrity and doing the right thing.
We have a role in being stewards, really, of the resources that we are helping other people to become well with.
I think stewardship to me means responsibility, and steeped in the Catholic tradition of stewardship.
Taking the extra step to make sure that, a little goes a long way.
We've got huge budgets that we manage, and that comes with great responsibility to manage those assets and expenses and revenues the right way, so that we can keep growing and flourishing.
I just think stewardship is just guiding each other every day and making sure that, we do the responsible thing.
I think the value of simplicity is something that we keep to every day with our patients.
As not complicating things when they don't have to be quite as complicated.
And if you sit there and really just kind of break it down for them in smaller pieces of information, it's so helpful to them.
Just being able to rest your hand on somebody's shoulder and just say to them a couple of words.
One thing at a time, and keeping it as simple as, I really think, just caring. We try to get rid of the complexity of things and just one-on-one try to deal with those basic issues that are concerns to them.
Some things God gave us as a gift, and joy is one of them.
The opportunity to be joyful is something that's very deep, isn't it? It's different than happiness. Joy is something that extends out of our very heart and soul.
I start the day with a smile. Positive thinking really sets the tone of how your day will turn out to be.
So a lot of times, no matter how they're feeling, once they see that smile, their day changes.
Every day I come in and my coworkers joke that, "You're always smiling, Jamaris, you're always smiling." And I said, why not? I mean, it's easy to smile, it's harder to frown.
I like bringing joy to others, and that's just a part of who I am. And it seems to be a good fit here at Lourdes.
When you smile, the real smile is smile from your heart.
First, you got to have some joy before you can give somebody else some joy. So if you got a little bit of joy, and I got a little bit of joy, we hook up, we good. We can have some fun.
The reason that the Franciscan Sisters of Allegheny chose to move into Camden in the late 1940s and build a hospital in 1950 was to serve to the community, to reach out to the poor and the underserved.
I think they see it as a healing place for them. I think they also see it as a place they can go when they are sick and not be pressured of how they cannot or can't pay the bills.
The amount of dollars that we either provide free care or provide services through the charity care program is proportionally much more than most hospitals.
We go into the houses instead and we bring the hospital to them.
I've been here to assist people in need, whether it's somebody who had a home on fire, whether it was Hurricane Sandy, whether it was just a local food bank in need of food.
Christmas time, every unit in the hospital at Our Lady of Lourdes buys Christmas presents for a certain family, and then those presents are blessed in the chapel.
We do it 24/7, all through the year. People that have had situations occur to them, that we reach out and help them.
You know, all these values doesn't mean anything if you don't focus the patient, you know, to make the patient the center of your care.
Excellent patient care is not just delivered by medical people. It's delivered by everyone that wears a Lourdes badge.
We feel connected with the institution even though we're a separate building or we're in a separate area.
Seeing the patients in the hallways puts a face and a mission to what I'm actually doing every day.
I feel like I made a difference in the lives of a lot of people.
This is something that is a passion. You know, I like taking care of patients.
Yeah, I feel like I am, you know, in a sense, a face of Lourdes, because you figure for my 12-hour shift, I'm primarily who that patient sees.
So I feel as though if I can say a good word to every patient I come in contact with, that's something they may remember in their mind that night. They say, you know what, I remember what Paulie said. I feel a little bit better.
The role and values that they have for Lourdes is basically my same values that I have because of the fact that I believe in treating people the way you would want to be treated.
You know, I think everybody's had family members in a hospital or in a medical situation, and you know, you have to realize that that could be your family member.
If you want to be treated with kindness, then treat people with kindness. If you want people to treat you with joy, be happy.
Professionals that work here at Lourdes are amazing people.
I look for someone who is, you know, has a positive outlook on life, has a smile on their face. I can teach anyone how to run a computer program, but I can't teach them how to be nice to the patients.
So you've got to have that in you first, maybe the seed of those values, and then coming into an organization like this, those values will then blossom.
Those become backdrop because you can't help it. And sometimes you don't even know you're doing it. It's just second nature. It's just like breathing.
I think values is really what you do when no one's watching.
It is part of who we are. It's part of our mission. It's part of what we all live every single day.
And it's something when you go home at the end of the day and reflect upon what you've done throughout the day, you can be very at peace within yourself, and the joy wells up out of that.